Aloha mai kako. Aloha ko'i noa, Avelina mai ka YouTube channel ke Aloha no Hawaii. Hello everyone, my name is Laura and welcome to my YouTube channel ke Aloha no Hawaii. In these final two lessons of what I'm considering level 1 grammar, we will be covering how to say that you possess something. In this video, we'll learn how to say sentences like, I have a dog, or I have some books. Essentially sentences where you're using the indefinite article a or some. And in the next video, we'll talk about how to say you have a certain number of things. I have 2 dogs. I have no books. Now, if you missed our lesson on possessives, or if you just need to refresh your memory on those, stop this video right now, go back and watch that video again. You'll find the link probably somewhere up here or definitely in the description below. We will need to use those possessives for these types of sentences. So let's talk about the sentence, I have a dog. Sentences like I have a dog or I have no books are used to express possession of something. They are typically made up of a possessor and a thing or things being possessed, connected by the verb to have. That's right. But here's the thing about Hawaiian. There is no verb for to have. Yep, in addition to there being no verb in Hawaiian for to be, there is also no verb for to have. Instead, we'll have to use a special sentence structure to say something like, we have a dog. Mary has some books. So let's look at that now. The word order for these type of sentences will be our indefinite article, he for singular, or he mau if the thing being possessed is plural. Then our thing or things being possessed. Then our K possessive word, ko, for O class objects, or ka if the thing being possessed is an A class object. And finally, the possessor. So let's fill that all in with a sentence like, we have a dog. We'll start with he, because it's just singular. Then our thing being possessed, dog, which in Hawaiian is ilio. And then our K possessive word. Now, dog is a pet, and we know from our lesson on possessives that pets, as long as they're not animals that are ridden, are A-class objects. So we'll use ka. And finally, the possessor, we. Let's say I'm talking about my husband and I, us two, we but not you. So we use moa. Now putting that all together, he, ilio, ka, moa. Literally a dog hours, but we're saying we have a dog. But what if I wanted to say, my husband and I, we have a house? Once again, we start with he, because it's just singular. Then the thing being possessed, house, we know is hale. And then our K possessive, remember houses and buildings, those are O class objects. So this time we'll use ko. And then once again, the possessor is we, moa. He hale ko moa. We have a house. Okay, but let's look at some plurals. How about Mary has books, or Mary has some books? This time we'll start with he mo, because it's plural. Then the things being possessed, books, puke. Remember, when items are plural, we do not do anything to the object itself. We rely on our article, he mau, to tell us that it's plural. Then our K possessive word, books are A-class objects. So it would be ka. And finally, our possessor, Mary. So putting it all together, he mau puke ka Mary. Mary has some books. Okay, what about I have some books? Well, once again, we'll start with he mau puke for books. And again, books are an A-class object, so ka. And then the possessor, I, o. But remember from our lesson on the possessives, our pronouns o for I, oi for you, and oya for he or she, when they're combined with a K possessive or any possessive like ko or ka, the two words are going to contract and become one word. So let's just quickly review those contractions one more time.
When the possessor is I, for O-class objects, ko plus o becomes ko'u. For A-class objects, ka plus o becomes ka'u. If the possessor is you singular, for O-class objects, ko plus oi becomes kou. Ka plus oi becomes kau. And if the possessor is he or she, for O-class objects, ko plus oya becomes kona. For A-class objects, ka plus oya becomes kana.
So that means I have some books would be he mau puke ka'u. And you have some books? He mau puke ko. And she has some books? He mau puke kana. What about she has some houses? He mau hale kona. Because again, house is an O-class object. What about you, singular, have a house? He hale ko. And I have a house? He hale ko'u. And the teacher has a house. He hale ko ke kumu. Does all make sense? So let's review the word order one more time. Start with your indefinite article, he for singular, or he mau if the thing being possessed is plural. Then your thing or things being possessed. Then ko if the thing being possessed is an O-class object, or ka if the thing being possessed is an A-class object. And finally, the possessor. Just keeping in mind if the possessor is I, you singular, or he or she, the K possessive ko and ka plus the possessor are going to become a contraction. And that is our short lesson. So here is your homework. Find, let's say, 3 things in your home that you have. I have a TV. I have some books. I have a computer. Try to say that in Hawaiian. Again, we're focusing on sentences that use the indefinite article, so a thing or some things. And stay tuned for our very last lesson, where we will continue this lesson on to have something, but we'll talk about how to say that you have a certain number of things. Mahalo nui for watching. If you liked that, please click the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. And if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. You will know when new videos are released. Even once we wrap up these grammar videos or these level 1 grammar videos, I'm still going to continue with some more vocabulary videos and just other language learning videos. And eventually we'll have a level 2 grammar as well. So you do not want to miss out on those videos. Okay, thank you so much on sharing your journey with me, and until next time, ahui ho!